Okay, bismillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's podcast. I am your host, Malana Moreno Ibrahim, and I am joined by our special guest, which is,
My name is Ardi Sandiaga.
and yeah, he will be sharing. So this will be like a sharing session on what it feels like to be an IDN student. So yeah, so before we get into the questions, Mr. Ardi, can you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Okay, my name is Ardi Sandiaga. I was born in Jakarta, and now I am 14 years old, and I study in Ideal Boarding School.
Okay, great. So I think we can just get straight into the questions. So probably the first question to open things up, I would like to ask, how many years have you been your status as a IDN student?
I have studied in Ideal 2 years half.
So the whole junior high school year, I guess.
Yes.
So and what have you learned? By say in those 2.5 years.
In seventh grade or the first year, I was learn IT Scratch, especially for making games in Scratch, and then like making uh, catching fruit and catching fruit and block breaker, and then the and then in the first years I also try to make games in build box, that is running ball and switching ball. And then the second year, I was learn the multimedia. In there, I learned Figma and then Photoshop, like making picture manipulation and then making UI/UX. And then third year, I make application, an application like Bitaqua app and then calculator app.
So mostly IT.
Yes.
Is there any other subject instead of IT?
There
that you
is
learn?
English and Dinia.
Oh.
In English, we learn like conversation and memorizing the vocabulary. And then in Dinia, we like making poster with hadith, and then like making mind mapping with hadith, with the adab. And then we also learn how to do mandi jenazah and many more.
So, uh, so, so it's not only IT. So there's also English,
Yes.
and I also heard that there's also what how tilawah
Yes.
Al-Quran as well, because from the IDN slogan, right? Jagoan IT, pintar ngaji. So can you tell us more about the experience of the tilawah Quran part?
In tilawah Quran, in after subuh and then after maghrib, we are do halakoh. In halakoh, we are do murja'ah, like, and then we do hafalan. That is like you memorizing the Quran, and then after you memorizing the Quran, you will store to your teacher.
Is that every morning or every night?
Every morning.
Oh, only morning.
Evening also.
Oh, evening. So a day, two session of tilawah Quran. Okay, I see. Is there any special event that IDN offers, or what to say, implement to the student? Any like special events, like maybe like going outside or something like that?
There is like address. Address is like you go to checkpoint. Our checkpoint is Kota Tua. So the student try to go to Kota Tua with Indonesia transportation like MRT, bus, and then many more. and then we get money from IDN only 200 rupees. That's making more hard.
So how do you get to IDN from IDN to Kota Tua with only 200? It seems impossible, right? Because
Yeah.
you need like I suppose approximately 300, yeah, how many? 400 rupiah plus to go to IDN because the distance is quite long. So how do you get the extra money?
Uh, I try to take money from my parents give me money. That's why it's enough to go to Kota Tua, and I also take a part of the take money from my uh, wallet also.
So is it solo or like a team based event
It's group,
or group?
like one group, six members.
So is it like a competition for each group, like who can go there the fastest,
Yes.
or how fast did you get there? What place
Uh,
did you get?
Third
Third
place.
place. Oh, that's pretty fast actually. So third place, so that's quite fast. So what are the checkpoints, the destination, or is it just from IDN to Kota Tua, or is there you need to go somewhere else?
There's checkpoint. The first is Kampung Rambutan, and then the first is Kampung Rambutan, and then the second uh, Lebak Bulus Grab, and then Monas, and then we go to and then the last checkpoint is Kota Tua. So 4 checkpoint.
Oh, is there any task that you have to do in those checkpoints, or is it just go to here, 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 or is there any added task from the school?
The rest is for sell the mineral water, and then maybe like vlogging with the with the people in Kampung Rambutan.
Oh, okay. Okay. Last question. Uh, would you what would you rate school joining IDN with comparing to other school? Like, would you choose IDN, or what is the plus side of being an IDN student?
Plus side of being IDN student is in junior high school you can get special skills, because in other school they're uh, confused how their future will go where,
Mhm.
like because IDN have uh, jurusan in their school.
Okay. Okay. Maybe the times is up. Thank you very much, Mr. Ardi, for giving your time to join our podcast. Okay, maybe I will close today's episode. Uh, Once again, thank you, Mr. Ardi, and thank you to the audience who watched the podcast until the end. Maybe the last I say, thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry if I have any mistake. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.